I will be building a Townhall 14 base, fitting the current meta of the new siege that has dropped. Obviously, it can target Townhall if you use a Quake, so having the Townhall out here, as it used to be before, is not ideal. Here or here or here or here. They're usually on the outside, more exposed, but with the current meta change, that is not gonna be a good thing. And plus, compact bases as well is something that you should be avoiding with the Super Dragons. So today, we're gonna be building a base that fits more the current meta, or at least try to defend the current meta. Obviously, it's not easy to defend Super Dragons, since they're extremely broken at the moment, but we will try to anyways. And if you have any questions regarding stopping different attacks like Smash, Queen Church Lalo, Queen Church Dragon Riders, you can just ask it in the chat, and I can give you some tips that I've learned so far from base building that helps defend those attack strategies. So, as I said, we're building an anti-3 base today. I'm not gonna have my Townhall exposed on the outside like it usually does on most bases. With the current meta, I want to have my Townhall just a bit more deep than usual. With that, I mean I'm gonna build this layer right here around my Townhall, and I'm gonna keep a 2-tile gap between the Townhall and the defenses or the other structures like storages, etc. 2-tile gaps is important because it makes the attacker second guess if there's a nade or if there's traps and so on. You don't want to have a 1-tile gap, because obviously with a 1-tile gap, you know you can't fit a giant bomb. The attacker can easily safety blimp and they wouldn't worry about a thing. So that's why I always opt for a 2-tile gap between the Townhall and whatever's in the Townhall compartment. This side is going to be a bit deeper than usual, and we're going to be focusing on trapping a bit this side if they do decide using the siege, the new siege. I don't know what's it called. I actually don't. But anyways, let's see. So when building a base, I essentially like dropping my Townhall first to get an idea of where my Townhall is going to be going, because I feel like it's weird to have everything down apart from your Townhall. And then after that, what I go for, I either choose to have a core multi or a core scatter shot. So, I can go for either. But right now, I think I'm gonna go for a core multi because I feel like that's the better option with these super dragons or whatever they're called. And I have my scatters close to the back end of the attack to damage those super dragons as much as possible. So I'm opting for a core multi. What I like to do currently in the meta as well, Smash is obviously a strong attack if done properly. Obviously, Smash can absolutely destroy a base if it's not trapped. So to stop Smash, open bases, or open core bases I should say, is more common these days. By open core bases, I mean bases that have like a pathway from the outside, basically leading straight to the core. I feel like those bases are more common currently in the meta as well, because Smash has become very strong, obviously. So I'm gonna go for a core multi, and we're just gonna start building off around it. Now, I usually visualize in my head where I would be thinking the key defenses are gonna go. By key defenses, I mean the multis, these, the scatters, and the eagle. These are the key defenses when it comes to base building, and these are the key defenses that you want to think about where you want to place before you start building. So right now, I'll give you a rough idea. I'm thinking of having a scatter at 6 o'clock. My eagle, I don't like having the eagle and the Townhall next to each other. Like, I don't like this right here. I feel like it's a bit too weird. Like, for example, somebody can air attack straight into here and they get the eagle out straight away, or they could not sui into the eagle compartment, rather walk their heroes on the outside and do the air attack from here straight into the eagle. That's why I always don't put the eagle next to the town hall or close to the town hall. That's why I opt for going either side. So if the town hall's on the left side, my eagle's on the right side. If my town hall's on the right side, my eagle's on the left side, and vice versa. So my scatter is going to be here, and as I said, I'm going to have a pathway leading to the core. So it's either going to be from this side I'm going to have open, or this side I'm going to have open. And I feel like... Nice. Awesome. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to choose to have this side open, straight to the core, and I'm going to have this side connected. So basically it won't be an open core from this side. Let's take this one tile down and do this right here. We can do that. And we can have a bigger scatter compartment. There we go. So, as I was saying before, the thing with the open core is that, for example, if an attacker decided, let's say my town hall was a bit more like this. If an attacker decided to warden walk this side, right? Warden walk my town hall, and he wanted to smash. The best smash entry would be down here, because this open core just ruins the pathing for the army. So after the warden walk, people usually drop the queen to lure the warden and everything, and then smash straight into here. But then the queen might slip to the core, and the healers might stay on the queen, and that's why open cores help stop that. So I'm gonna have this part open core, and on here I'm thinking I'm gonna have a multi, and between the multi I'm gonna have a dead zone here between this multi and scatter, and this leaves one last multi over here and the eagle like this. So the base should look or roughly around this. Like this is gonna be the base, and I'm just gonna build around it. Fit the walls, fit the dead zones, make sure everything is not reachable. Obviously you don't want your stuff reachable, and that comes into the next thing. The way you know if something is not reachable is if you, for example, place an expo or a mortar, it doesn't matter. If there's a one tile gap, you know it's not reachable. Just like over here, one tile gap, it's not reachable. But anyways, I'm gonna have a 5x5 over here. Let's see, just like that. There you go. With the skeleton of the base, it really depends on how creative you want to get. It's all up to the builder. It's not something that there's a handbook that tells you how to drop the walls or something. There's absolutely nothing like that of sort. You just try to get as creative as you want, try different things, and if it works, it works. There's nothing wrong in base building. Apart if you make your stuff reachable, obviously, then that's a different case. The basics of base building is that you just don't make your stuff reachable, and you'll be good. So right now I can see that my core multi is reachable from here. Take it down one. Still reachable. Take it down another. There we go. And we're good to go. So, and currently open walls is also something else. And I'm going to keep some walls open. For example, here at the multi, I'm going to have the 12 o'clock wall open. I'm going to have this wall to the town hall open. And reason being, I'm going to have like a mini little dead zone over here. That just ruins the wall break that somebody could, for example, try to sui the queen for the town hall, right? They might sui a wall break straight into here. If I didn't have these walls right here, the wall break would easily target this piece of wall, and he would have easy access to the town hall. But if I place this just mini little dead zone right there, that ruins the wall break pathing. The wall break is more likely to go this way or more likely to go this way. That's just a little tip you can do. Let's see. We can build a little dead zone. I've been liking a lot this new dead zone. I saw it on a base. I don't know who came up with it, but I've been liking it and I've been using it myself. And there's absolutely nothing wrong if you see a dead zone that you like to use yourself. The dead zone goes a little bit like this, if I remember correctly. Let's see. It was These will go like this. 1, 2, 3, and then one like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you go. This is the way the dead zone looks like, and basically the eagle is not reachable because 1, 2, 3. The eagle is not reachable from this compartment, and the multi can go right around here. 1, 2, 3. And the reason why I'm doing that 1, 2, 3, you see, because the 3 tiles means the queen doesn't reach the multi. So if you see right here, 1, this is 1 tile, this is another tile, this is the 3rd tile. From this compartment, the queen doesn't reach it because there's a wall. If it was like this, the queen can reach it, obviously. Obviously, she can reach it, but that's not the case. And have to obviously do this right here. 1 tile at least. There you go. The reason why I do that again, if I didn't do that, as I said before, the multi is reachable from the outside, and we don't want to be we don't want to be stupid here. So let's not make our multi reachable from the outside. All right, this is the dead zone that I've been liking recently, and I've been using it in my bases a lot. I think it's a cool dead zone. So yeah. Alrighty, as we continue, we're gonna obviously close off the core. We can't have an open core all around. I only usually have one side open, and that helps with smash, as I said. So sometimes it's okay if we do this right here. Hold on. So obviously my multi is not reachable from the Townhall compartment, but we can see that it's reachable from this compartment. The simple solution is 1, 2, 3, as I said last time. You do like that, and you grow the walls again, and there you go. The multi now is not reachable, and that's as easy as it gets. We continue the scatter compartment down here, and by the way, if you run into a wall issue, like you don't have enough walls, I'll show you in a bit. I might run out of walls myself. It's not fun, obviously, when it happens, but there's always a solution to it. You can always make compartments smaller, do different things. It always helps. There's always a solution when you run out of walls, so don't worry about it. And by the way, if there's any question you guys are wondering about, you can always ask it in the chat, and I'll make sure to answer it. But let's continue over here. So we can either have one tile gap to the core. No, that's not gonna work because this multi will be reachable. So what I can do is move everything one tile up. There we go. We're just gonna move everything one tile up so I can make another dead zone that's connecting to the core and to this multi here. I'll show you in a bit by what I mean by that. I'm gonna move everything just one tile up. There we go. So what I mean is I can make a little dead zone here. Go with it over here, and 1, 2, 3, right over there. So there we go. And multi, we go 1, 2, 3 once again. Oops. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And now this multi is not reachable from the core, obviously, and you always want to have some things overlapping, like this multi overlapping with this, the core multi overlapping with this multi overlapping with the core, this multi overlapping with this. This helps, for example, against bat attacks. When there are people using bats, it's essential to have some defenses overlapping each other, because it helps against splash once you run out of wizard towers. So, continuing on, as we said, we're gonna have a scatter in this compartment. Now, as you can see, it's gonna be a bit awkward. So what I can do is, let's see, this compartment. There's also this thing called trash on the outside of the base. Trash placement. Obviously, it's not that difficult, but also you do not want to have this right here. When you don't have space to place traps, that's a big no. You always want to have a place to put the trash. So that fixes that. So I can have like collectors, barracks, and so on and so forth on the outside. Let's see. So what I can do is I can also make a dead zone between this multi and scatter, because I can see there's not a lot of space for this scatter in this compartment. And one way I do it is that I look at these two, I bring them close together, and I can build a little dead zone between each one. So one of the dead zones that I still use quite often is this one right here. Goes like that. It's a bit too high. There we go. And go down. You've seen this a lot. I'm very sure you've seen this on different bases. This dead zone is used by a lot of builders. But there you go. That's basically it. And there we go. Or actually, we can do that right there. And okay. So we'll take this one tile up just to make sure it's not reachable. And this way. There we go. Do that. We can move the whole base one tile to the left. And now we close off this compartment. As you can see, I'm running low on walls currently. That is not an issue, as I said before. We can always find more walls. Running out of walls is not the end of it. So,
CJ, one thing. We have a question from Madav, saying if anything that builders are doing right now for the new siege, like placing mortars on the inside.
Well, as I said, as I said, with the new siege, it's very difficult, right? The thing with the new siege is it targets defenses, right? And it's outside of the range of most defenses. The Expo reaches it, obviously. But other than that, you're not going to find a lot of defenses. So if somebody placed their siege right here, right? Obviously, it's going to be a long way to the Town Hall if I place a bunch of defenses around the Town Hall here. But they can still place it here. And one way, as you can see, I made a one-tile gap here. One way I can do that is placing an Expo right there. It targets this side. This whole side is covered. Now, even if they place a giant, the giant won't do much. The giant will die eventually. And the Expo will retarget to that siege. That's the only way I think you can stop that siege, because it's so hard to reach that siege because its range is ridiculous. And people are taking advantage of it currently with its ridiculous range. It's so hard to reach it. So the only thing I feel like can stop that siege is this. Some people say skeleton traps can stop it, but I'll be honest with you, like, it doesn't take a genius to drop a wizard after the skeleton traps is triggered. So like, I feel like skeleton traps doesn't really do much. The only way to stop it is by Expo, by a ground Expo. And it doesn't actually stop it, it just makes it die quicker. And that's the thing. That's why currently it's so hard to stop it. But anyways, let's continue. We cannot have an open section here. Let's see. We can push the scatter compartment to be a 2-tile gap, like that. There we go. And we can push the scatter to be 1 tile up, just like that. And we, oh, my bad. And we can close this off. So, as you can see, that wall's a bit extra, that one's a bit extra, and so is that one. So, this is roughly the skeleton currently. Like, this is what you have to do at the beginning of base building. If you don't have this, you can't really go anywhere forward. It's going to be very difficult to build a base around something that you still haven't like had a skeleton for. And in base building, we call this right here for skeleton. As you can see, I need to close this section off, obviously. It won't be open. There we go. And you can see I ran out of walls. I can take a 1 piece from there, 1 piece from there, and 1 piece from there. And there we go. Problem solved. As I said, running out of walls is not the end of the deal. Having walls open currently is nice. It helps with suis, it helps with queen charges, ruining queen pathing, and so on. And this multi is reachable. We do not like that. So we can do this like that. There we go. Just to double check. 1, 2, 3. There you go. It's not reachable. So now we have our skeleton. And now, as I said, we're trying to focus on stopping that ridiculous siege. Even though it's very difficult to stop, you still have to try. So as I said, I'm going to have a ground expo right here, which forces the attacker, if they don't want to waste time, because as we know, that siege uses a lot of time to get the town hall. And if they drop it here, this is the shortest way to the town hall and the quickest way to get it. So if we have a ground expo right here, it's perfect. If they drop their siege over here, I'm going to make sure to have a bunch of defenses on this side, and just make sure it takes longer than it usually does. But let's continue. So 1 expo here, and after building the skeleton, I like to go for expos placement. That's what I do. So I like usually having 2 expos close to my town hall. It makes the charge at the town hall a lot more difficult, especially if you have 2 expos and an air sweeper. It just makes a charge against the town hall that much more difficult, in my opinion. So I'm going to have an expo on this side. We will talk about sweepers in a bit. 1, 2, and I'm going to have an expo on this side. Probably in the eagle compartment section better. Or we can go scatter. We can go scatter compartment. There we go. And we'll go 1 here as well. So the expos, I always like to have 1 air expo, and I'm not gonna have this 1 air because I want this one covering the most part that is like accessible by the new siege. So I'm gonna probably opt in for that one to be air. So let me have this wall open as well, actually, and this one as well. Having open walls just ruins the wall breaker pathing, and that's just a bonus. But anyways, oops, that was by mistake. So we have this one. We're gonna have it as a ground expo, and there we go. These are our expos. And after placing the expos, I like going for air defenses. Air defenses are very important, obviously. With the current super dragons, you do not want to mess with them and have wrong placed air defenses. So I like usually having my air defenses in a multi-compartment, town hall compartment. Probably have it here, town hall compartment. I will end up probably moving it, but this is just the beginning. I like placing stuff and then moving around with them. So this is the 2 air defenses. I usually avoid placing air defenses in the scatter compartment, and reason being, for example, if somebody's doing a lava loon attack, Lalo, if they send a lava hound, the scatter will be stuck on the lava hound, and you want your scatter to be hitting the loons, not the lava hound. And that's why I usually keep the scatters like this. For example, look, if a lava hound comes from here, it goes over all the way there, scatter locks onto it, and then locks off and goes to the loons. Same goes for this side as well. And that's why I always opt in for air defenses in multi-compartments, eagle compartments, town halls, and that's it, not my scatters, because I want my scatters to do as much damage as possible. Moving on, after the air defenses, I like going for my wizard towers. And wizard towers, I also make sure they're not overlapping with the scatter shots like this, because it's super easy to drop a freeze on these two when they bat bomb, for example, or they're doing a bat wave. You don't want to make it too easy to freeze a wizard tower and a scatter shot together. So, but this case, we have a dead zone right here that the multi overlaps over the scatter and the scatter overlaps over the multi. So having a wizard tower on this side like this is not the end of the world because of the overlapping. If bats come on here, multi gets it. Bats come onto the multi, scatter gets it, and so on. I like having also a wizard tower in my eagle compartment, in my town hall compartment, and we're gonna have one in this compartment, and gonna have this. We're gonna hold on to the last one and find out the best positions. And second thing, I do not like placing wizard towers close to air defenses. Like this one, it's close, but it's not like this, if you know what I mean. Because the same thing goes for the scatter and the wizard tower. These are splash damage defenses. You do not want the splash damage defenses to be stuck on a lava hound when they could be hitting the loons, and that's a key thing. You want them to be hitting the loons and making sure the loons die. Anyways, after the wizard towers, I like going for air sweepers. And during this stage of the building, I like to zoom out and just have a look at the base. Think about different air strategies, like how people could attack this base with air. One thing that is possible is I can see them attacking air from this side, blimping over the top here, and suing the heroes from here all the way down to here. That is one possibility. Second possibility, same thing down here, air attacks down here, blimp over the top, heroes walk from 6 to 3. And another possibility is a sui into the eagle and air from here with like, oops, that sweeper should not be out there, with like an E-Dragon maybe up top here to funnel, and then, yeah, blimp over the top. So you want to go for something that is the most likely. Now, let me make something clear. In base building, you cannot stop every single attack. It's simply not possible. It's completely not possible. You cannot stop every single attack that's in the game. But one thing you can do is study your opponent. If, for example, not so long ago, I helped Activity build against Sky Stars. What I did, I watched streams of Skystar, I watched YouTube videos of Skystars on how they were attacking. Obviously not 5 months old videos, rather 2 weeks, 1 week old. And I was watching that they were doing a lot of queen charges, a lot of Yeti bombs into queen charges. They do a lot of queen charges. So I build my bases around queen charges, around baiting Yeti bombs, and so on and so forth. You cannot stop every single attack. That has to be clear for everybody. So, Van, we know they only do queen charges. Yes, they only do queen charges. But anyways, placing the sweepers. So, we can either have a sweeper facing this side, the side that we talked about, the sui into the eagle and attack into here. But, as I said at the beginning of this session, that I'm trying to stop that super dragon attack. And I feel like the most likely thing that people would do is send that new siege, quake my Townhall, and then spam super drags from here. Or from the bottom. Either or, both work. So, I can have a sweeper facing this side. Now, what this sweeper does, this sweeper right here, this sweeper placement helps, if you sui into the eagle, as we said, and spam this side, the sweeper is perfect against it. If you decide to air attack from this side and blimp over the top, or use that new siege from this side, this sweeper actually helps it. Something that I don't see a lot of attackers thinking about is that you do not attack an air sweeper from a side. You do not go from a side against an air sweeper, because that's actually bad. The air sweeper does a lot of work when something is going at it from a side. So this air sweeper placement is actually perfect, because it stops 2 entries. It stops this entry and this entry right here. So the second placement, we can either go for something along the lines of facing towards Townhall. And now, here comes the tricky part. The tricky part is, watch the zap value. You get 2 sweepers, you get 2 sweepers and a multi. And that is a lot of value when it comes to Zap Lalo. And you have to be careful where to place your sweepers. Because if 2 sweepers are out and the core multi is out, it's very easy to send the queen for the Town Hall, send the king for a compartment, and there you go. The base is pretty much over, because that core, and there's no sweepers against the loons. So having that second sweeper placement is important. We do not want to put it in the core because that's too much zap value, as I said. One thing we can do is place it like this, and that works. It faces the town hall. It helps against the charge against the town hall. And yeah. And now what we did, something that I can tell you guys now, with this air sweeper, we stopped this entry, right, and this entry. What now we did, this entry is still viable, correct? Now what we can do is use our traps to stop that other entry. And I will get to that towards the end. So, you cannot stop every single entry, obviously, but you have to hope to God that they fall for that bait that you have done. So, air sweepers are placed, most of the wizard towers placed, expos are placed. Second thing to think about is the CC placement. Now, CC placement also comes down to who you're attacking again. For example, there's a lot of people, for example, at the beginning of my base building, I built some bases against MCS. And to this day, I'm not able to defend Remio. Because the thing that Remio does is he always, whenever he sees the CC far away from the town hall, he always sends his queen for the town hall. I realized that. I studied it a lot and I watched what he does. Whenever the CC is far away from the town hall, he sends his queen alone to get the town hall. One time I thought I was going to bait him. I had all my traps, Teslas, everything, and he still somehow managed to get it. He used a freeze, he used an ice golem, and he still got my town hall. So if you know your enemy is going to send the queen for the town hall, or you see them doing a lot of Suis close to the town hall, put that CC close to the town hall. It helps. Because a lot of people don't want to lure town hall when it comes to, lure the CC when it comes to doing Suis. Now, since we have the air sweeper facing this way, and we actually want people to Sui our eagle because the entry here is not nice. The only nice entry is from the bottom here or from here. So I'm gonna actually keep my CC around this area, like this. Maybe one tile up, so we don't get lured from the outside. So my CC is covering my town hall. I'm happy with that so far. So now it comes down to hero placement and builder huts. Builder huts is quite simple, really. I like having 2 builder huts close to my town hall, at least 2. I feel like it helps a lot for warden walks, etc. 2 builder huts essentially close to the town hall, and you're good to go. Now, when it comes to hero placement, placing a hero in the core, it depends again who you're trying to defend. You could get huge zap value from this sweeper, queen, multi, but you could also put the RC and make them invest that extra zap, or you could put the warden tower closer, and that just makes a lot of zaps and a lot of investment for the attacker. But I'm gonna place my king close to the eagle, because if people are gonna Sui my eagle, which they might, I do not want to give away a hero that's air targeting. So for example, my queen, she targets air. I like her to stay up. I don't want to put her in this compartment, since I know they're gonna get the eagle anyways. So why let my queen die so early? So we're gonna put the king on this side, and we can always support the king with the warden and the RC on this side. RC just like that. The warden is covering both my king. By the way, this is important as well. At least I think it's important. You want to get as much as you can from that warden aura, right? And the warden aura actually helps a lot. The warden aura boosts the health of the royal champion and the king. And we already know how tanky the king is. With that extra boost that you can get from the ground warden, it's very nice and useful. But let's see. I don't feel like placing a hero on the core, so I might opt in for the royal champion to be more on this side, and the ground warden covering both, just like that. I feel like that's a lot better. So, moving onwards, our heroes are placed, and now we're just left of looking at the base and thinking of where to place bomb towers, hold on, there's a question. Are you always fan from Warden at Heroes or also Warden at Townhall? That's a very nice question. I have built some bases where I have the Grand Warden close to the CC because the timing is also something else that's important when it comes to CC. Sometimes you could have the Grand Warden like this, and Queen Charge could go like this, and CC could come out at a perfect timing, and the Warden could still be targeting the enemy Queen, and the timing is horrible for the attacker. Well, it really, to answer your question, Largo, I like placing my Warden depending on who I'm trying to defend. Like, if I'm trying to defend somebody that does a lot of Queen Charge hybrid, if they're doing a lot of Queen Charge hybrid, then I'm placing my Warden close to the CC and close to the Townhall and making sure that Queen dies. Because once the Queen dies in a Queen Charge hybrid, it's pretty much over. I know some of you won't agree to that, but trust me, I'll let you know about Queen Charge Hybrid, how easy it is. I feel like to stop Queen Charge Hybrid if you just spend like 5-10 minutes in testing, and all you have to do is place those perfect spring traps and you're good to go. But moving onwards, now I'm looking at blizzard values. I can see a nice little blizzard value here. If you send a blizzard right around here, you get the CC lure, you get the ground expo scatter, and my queen. So I'll just place a bomb tower right there. And problem solved. I'm sorry. Alright. Moving on. One bomb tower right there. And you want to be careful of blizzard values around Townhall. Now, people could send a blizzard from all the way top here. We can actually stop that along with the NATO, which I talked about a little bit earlier. So I don't actually need to place a bomb tower on this side. And if people do send a blimp over here, it could be nice value, but we're gonna sort it out with the black mines. Okay, the second bomb tower, I'll look for this second nicest blizzard value, I guess you could say. And it also comes down to hybrid as well sometimes. I feel like the best bomb tower placement right now is right here. I feel like somebody pops the blizzard right there, they won't get much value. And also against hybrid, if somebody queen charges my town hall, a bomb tower right around here would be actually perfect against the hybrid. So I'm gonna actually opt for my bomb tower to be on this side right here. And there you go, that's bomb towers placed. You can place a wizard tower down here as well. I'm pretty sure you can't freeze those two together, or can you? You might be able to, but it's alright. It's not the end of the world if a wizard tower overlaps. Now, with this, I feel like I can put this air sweeper in this compartment. It helps me a little bit more. It also helps if somebody does do an air attack from down here and sends a blimp over the top for the town hall under the warden tome. This sweeper is going to push the blimp one tile back, and then I'm going to have fun with it with the NATO. So there we go, bomb tower a little bit deeper, which is perfect. There we go. I'm gonna have one more builder hut right there covering my scatter shot, and then I'm gonna have a builder hut. This builder hut I feel like is perfect. It covers scatter multi, warden, core multi. That is a perfect builder hut. And one last builder hut over here covers my I can place it better, I feel like. Actually, I can place it right there. It's a bit exposed, but it could still work. It could still work. We'll come back to it. We'll see. Okay, so after that's done, I like placing my storages. Now, thanks to Soham, storages have become important and where you place them. Especially, you have to have a bunch of storages around Town Hall these days, because my guy Soham does weird stuff and people take advantage of it nowadays. So we're gonna have at least 3 storages around the town hall, and that's what I go for. And that usually helps with the sneaking the town hall part. And I like to have a lot of collectors around the town hall. because again, sneaking Townhall is so overpowering. So yeah, with the core right now, I do actually like placing one storage in the core just so it's not empty. If somebody does zap my core, so let's say I had a piece of wall right here, a piece of wall right here. There we go, just like that. Let's imagine this was like this, right? Let's imagine this was that, and they zapped all of this. And you had placed like 3 air bombs on this, and it never get triggers, and there you go. It's all gone to waste. So usually having one storage in the core does help with the cleanup part of the attack. Let's say if people are sending minions and stuff to clean up, that storage in the core is very important. And I'm actually just going to have one piece of wall right here just so we don't have a little hole in the middle of the base. So there we go. Storages, think about warden walks usually, where people might warden walk. People could warden walk my scatter, smash into my eagle with a log launcher, and that could work, jump over here. So we do not want to have that. We do not want them to have fun with our base, so let's put a couple of storages on this side, make the warden walk longer. Warden walking, smash log launcher is extremely strong if done correctly, and trust me, sometimes the only way to defend it is to make sure you time fail it. And it does sound ridiculous, but trust me, it is the truth. We're gonna place a storage in my scatter compartment. I like having one in my eagle compartment as well, and this last one can go into this multi-compartment. It looks weird a bit right now, but I'll fix it later on. So after that, it comes down to cannons, archer towers, and then the trapping part, which is the most fun part, in my opinion. Tesla bait the warden walk? Yes, true. Tesla baiting, but essentially, you don't know, right? You could place all your Teslas on this side, and let's say they end up warden walking this side and smashing this. Like, you don't really know. So better safe than sorry. Placing storages, making it take longer, and being on the safe side. So with the cannons and archer towers, I like placing, for example, I have a ground expo over here. I like placing an archer tower over here. And remember one thing, it takes 2 loons for an archer towers and 3 loons for a cannon if it's close to an air defense. Thinking of these little things always helps, making sure the attacker invests a little bit more and extra loon and extra stuff always helps trying to defend. Let's make that just like that. There we go. So I'm going to have an archer tower on this side. And wherever I have an archer tower, I like placing a cannon close by, just like that. So they're covering each other. And then with the trash part, I like doing the trash and the cannon and the archer towers part mixed together. I always opt in for army camps in the corners, like this. All 4 army camps, each one in one corner. Simple, easy, nothing complicated about it. And there you go. Army camps out of the way. And obviously we have this big ass workshop. So wherever you have space, there you go. You can place it right there. Moving onwards, we can have a cannon right here, overlapping this air defense, and we have an archer tower over here. And then we're going to make sure we cover this space with collectors, making sure the sneakies aren't having fun with our town hall. Let's see. Obviously everything has to be connected. There we go. Just like that. So this compartment pretty much over with or close to done.
CJ, with this we can question in chat.
Yeah, that's a question.
With the camps in the corners, doesn't it make it easier for funneling?
Let me show you a little something. I don't know if people notice this or not. Once you have a camp like this is a little thing. Actually, somebody taught me. A guy called Alex. He's also a builder. He taught me this. This right here, with an army camp, a 2-tile zone between the army camp and collector, and one sticking to the army camp. He explained it in a way, and he said that it makes it weird for the queen, like the queen AI. It makes it weird. Like, it's the people can't predict where she's gonna go with this setup right here. It's very hard to predict it. Trust me, you can test it. You can see it for yourself. Placing army camps in the corners is not a problem. If you placed it, let's say on this side, right? How easy it is to put a wizard and kill this. Even if you had anything, like even if you had a cannon, an archer tower, and so on, like on here covering this, again, it's super easy. Army camps doesn't have a lot of HP. It doesn't take a lot of HP to kill the army camp, and having one right here makes it a lot worse for the funnel, actually. So I opt for going to the corners like that. I feel like that's the best one. And he told me it's weird for the queen, and I agree. I've seen it myself. Trust me, try it, and you will see for yourself. Moving onwards, as you can see, we can make this a little bit more like that, covering just like that. And we can add one more collector on this side. There is a lot of collectors, as you can see on this side, and a lot of storages, but trust me, it's worth it. There's so many people sneaking town halls these days, and when they see these many storages and collectors, they usually avoid thinking about that attack strategy, even though it's broken as hell. So, with this, I'm gonna add a collector on this side, and I'm gonna add another archer tower on here, and then the archer tower, the multi-archer tower, I can add it right over here, and the cannon over here, and we can add the level 6 master builder hut, I guess. Level 6 builder. Ask CJ to talk about why he's placing mines and not barracks there. Well, Madhav, I just explained the thing with sneaking town hall. A lot of people enjoy sneaking town hall, so it makes them use more sneakies in their armies. So yeah, I'm obviously going to place more collectors on this side as well. Actually, I did realize something. I like to place, let's see, where can I put it? If I do this right here, I'd like to place the multi-mortar close to the town hall. And let's do that. Let's do this. There we go. The multi-mortar helps with a safety bump. A lot of people like safety bumping town halls. It helps take out the town hall, and in this case, even lure CC. So it's nice to have the mortar here, but if a sacker is good or has an idea that multi-mortars ruin a sneaky bump, they will take out that multi-mortar, and it's not that difficult to take out. It's one loon, one minion, and problem solved, essentially. So the multi-mortar is there just in case if the attacker forgets to take it out, and it's a bonus, essentially. So there we go. And we'll add even another collector right there. So, moving onwards, we're going to look at our
there's also one question real quick about the archer tower. The geared down archer tower. Why is it placed there?
Yeah. The reason it's placed there, I was going to get into it when I was going to place my traps. I like putting geared archer towers with my Tesla farm. Because I feel like geared archer towers are actually very strong. It does take out the health of a loon or a giant or anything very quickly. And having it close to the Tesla farm, close to storages, it's just an added bonus in my opinion. But I will actually get more in depth to it when I start placing my Teslas on my traps. So if you give me just a moment and continue placing these cannons on archer towers, and I'll get right into it. So on this side, I'll place another cannon. Alright, perfect. So we have 3 archer towers and 2 cannons left, and currently I have not placed any cannon or archer tower in these 2 compartments down here. So I'm gonna go for a cannon in this compartment, barracks right here, and actually I do not want to have a defense on here. I'm thinking about it. I would rather have a storage on this side, and I will explain it in a few why I would rather have a storage here than a defense. And the reason being is because obviously there's nice blizzard value here, right? And the only way I can stop a blizzard into here is by 2 black mines. And if somebody can put 1 loon over here, both my black mines are lured and we're in trouble. So I'd rather have a storage here, something that can't lure the black mines. Or if somebody drops a loon, obviously it won't lure the black mines. But the trapping session comes soon. So with this side, I'm gonna have an archer tower, and I'm gonna have another archer tower on this side as well, and on this last archer tower is gonna be on the top side over here. I'm gonna have a mortar on this side, and that leaves 1 cannon, which is gonna go right here around here. So see, now all that's left is 2 mortars and our trash. How do you place trash on the other sides? The sides other than tunnel? Well, trash isn't really a problem. Let me tell you how. First of all, you want to keep people guessing where your Tesla farm is. For example, this is a nice spot for a Tesla farm, right? And the way to keep people guessing where the Tesla farm is, if you leave a 2x2 gap between the trash. So right here, Tesla farm could also be right here. Tesla farm could be right here, and so on and so forth. So I'm actually going to open this section over here, and I'm going to just add 2 more collectors over this side. Reason being, we all know the good old Soham. We do not want to get attacked by that. So, as I said, army camp, 2 gap, and 1 sticking to it. That's a little something I do. It's a little tip. Try it yourself. See how it is. Trust me, you will like it yourself. And for me, it has become a habit to do it, actually, to do that right there. Let's see. So we can actually push this a little bit down. Push this 2 tile down. There we go. 1 tile, 1 tile, and 1 tile. And actually, I would like better to have this spot open. This also makes the attacker think, what if the Tesla farm is right here? What if he has a Tesla farm right here? This is the trash bit. You just leave space open, leave things open a bit, so people just second guess themselves. And when the attacker starts second guessing themselves during the attack, it's much better for a defense. Much likely to get a better defense, in my opinion at least. So, moving onwards, we'll continue with the trash ring. Here we can have a 2x2 ring of trash, just like that. Here, you can push this just like that. Go. I'm actually going to have this spot open, because if I again when I had placed this right here earlier, the same thing why I switched the archer tower with the storage is because I don't want somebody to send a loon over here and lure their traps over here. And that's what you got to think about. So that's why I want to close this part off so nothing is reached in there. And plus, there's no chance a wall breaker is breaking this wall right here. It's too short and it's just not possible. Builder hut could be placed like that, but I feel like that's just a bit too weird. So we'll opt for a different place for the builder hut. And with this right here, we can place like a spell factory just like that. Problem solved. And now we are left with 2 mortars. Obviously, I'm not going to put my mortars inside the base. Mortars can be used to stop rocket loons or what's it called? People sniping air defenses. And yeah, so let's see. We move this 1 tile up, 1 tile up. 2 gold mines. There we go. That's perfect so far. We can have the mortar a little bit closer to here, just like that. And we can have another mortar on this side. I'll go rather on this side. This helps with also peoples that put one archer over here to pull the CC and stuff. So yeah. There we go. And that leaves one mortar and a little bit of trash left. Just like that. Boom, boom. And when you run out of space of placing trash, there's a lot of things you can do. I'm about to show you as well. For example, over here, see one thing that if I place the builder hut over here, there you go, it covers the town hall. Or, hold on, I'm gonna need to push this expo up a bit and place this like that. It covers the town hall, and at the same time, there we go, we have an extra piece of wall that I can use to make sure a compartment is closed. So what can we do on this side? We have a mortar that we can still place. I feel like a mortar right here would actually be good. Reason being, because I see somebody blimping this side. Blimping like a Yeti bomb into this compartment, or a blizzard if they quake the bomb tower. So I'm thinking I can place a mortar right here to stop the loon pathing, and then the loons could go either here or here, and I could have two black mines like that to kill the blimp, pop it outside. Let's see, that leaves me with one barracks. This is gonna be just like that. There we go. Maybe closer. Place the barracks just like that. There we go. That's pretty much it. Apart from this side, can always push it down one tile, or we could either switch this with this. And there we go. That's pretty much it. And that leaves one piece of builder hut that I can place, and 5 Teslas, the trapping part, which I enjoy. Let's see, where can I put this builder hut? One is covering my scatter. Can also remove this piece of wall and put another one right here. Covers both the multi-inferno towers. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I can use this piece of wall at a different place, or I can make this dead zone a little bit bigger, just like that. And there we go. That's pretty much it. Now we need to think about the traps part. I was thinking originally of placing my Teslas on this side, because the reason being, we said that the air attack is most likely won't come from this side, or won't come from this side. So that means it will most likely come from the bottom here. In my opinion, I feel like that's the most likely place that the air attack would come from, because of the sweeper placement. And the reason why I was thinking Teslas over here is because that leaves the air attack to end on the Tesla farm and everything. And the hero and the Tesla farm. So the new siege, what's tricky is people could place it right here with a giant, and it could start ping away on this. They would quake, make it target the town hall next. One thing you can do with this extra Tesla, lure it away, possibly. Make it so that, how can we do this? We do that, just like this. And just like that. Possibly, again, this is very hard thing to do, is to lure that new siege barracks away. If the attacker is quick enough, he's gonna react quick enough. It's just very hard to stop it, trust me.
Okay, CJ, we have a question. Do you know at like 1 o'clock where you place the archer tower, like really close to the outside?
Yeah.
So Infinity asked, It's like he knows that other builders have like different views on having the archer towers touching the edge because it's an easy snipe with balloons. So is there any reason that you put that there?
Well, not really. It's because I have a cannon on the inside here, but there's also the possibility of switching this with this. This would be better. Air defense is overlapping, and it wouldn't be a quick snipe this time around. But really, it's not a big difference. Like, if I had it like this, it would be 2 loons. If I had it like that, it would technically still be 2 loons, actually, because unless I have it like this, it would not be 2 loons, if you know what I mean. It's still the same thing, kind of. It doesn't make a big difference, but you can always switch it around. It's not like there's a handbook on how to place archer towers on cannons. You know what I mean? But moving onwards, let's do it just like that. The black mines part. Think about blizzards. First thing around, I can see a very high blizzard value over here, right in this dead zone. Scatter, multi, warden, RC. Obviously, the airsweeper doesn't push it in time. So, one thing you can do is trap it. Now, people can send a lava hound over here, go all the way over here, and it would lure all the traps that you place right here. And they could also opt in to drop the lava hound a little bit more lower around here, invis this, so it covers all of this instead. The only way to stop that is you look at the town hall placement. You have to think about the town hall placement and where exactly they're gonna drop the blimp. The town hall placement is over here. You have to think in a one line direction all the way around here. This is gonna be the most likely place where an attacker would drop the blimp. Even if he drops the lava hound over here, he's gonna drop the blimp over here. He's not gonna drop the blimp over here. So the lava hound is gonna lure the traps that are over around here, right? I'm gonna push this builder hut actually a little bit down. If I put my black mine right here, it's gonna get lured. But if I put it right just like that, the black mine won't get lured by the lava hound if it stops right here, or if it flies over this area. It will not get lured. These 2 black mines will not get lured. At least they shouldn't be. This comes into the second most important thing about base building, which is testing. You have to test all these stuff. You cannot just simply place the traps and go, yeah, that's gonna work. Yeah, I'm gonna go now use this base in a war. You have to test it. You have to ask your teammates, can you please drop a lava hound from here, drop a blizzard, do it for me so I can check. Is it a question from a fan? Is a 3 multi-base most used designed for him? And if so, why? No, not really. It's not that I go for 3 multi-base a lot. It's just this time around we decided to go for it. I have some bases with the single close to the town hall and the CC timing perfectly to stop it. It really depends what you want to build, who you want to build against. But right now we were focusing on trying to defend the most broken attack, which is Super Dragons. And that's not easy, trust me. But, so these 2 black mines should not get lured by the lava hound that comes over here, and the blimp should get hit by it and should pop around here on the outside. Let's see. Where else? This right here is also a possible blizzard value. Essentially, it won't give a lot of blizzard value other than the eagle and the multi and the ground expo. You don't really get CC pool. You don't really get a queen or a king or a warden. So, but somebody might still do it, and it's a very simple stop for it. You look again at the town hall placement. You go into a line. Think about where people are gonna drop their blimps. Somebody might drop a lava hound over here, invis this air defense, let it fly over here, and trap just like that. Actually, that's better.
We have another question, by the way.
Yeah.
So Stana asked, so in your core, do you know how you can zap the air sweeper on the multi? Before you could zap both sweepers, but now he's wondering why are you giving 2 builder huts with the zap in the core?
2 builder huts with the zap in the core. Oh, you mean these 2 right here?
Yes.
With the multi? And this. Okay. Well, really, if your base is depending on the builder huts defending, I feel like that is an issue. But it's not really a big deal. It's not like I'm giving up insane zap value right here. It is, at the end of the day, a builder hut. And if they choose to opt for a zap on the builder huts and this right here, that's no problem. I'd rather have them zap a builder hut than an extra sweeper, or have them zap a warden or anything else. Essentially, the reason why I put this builder hut here is because it has nice coverage value. It covers my multi on the at 4 o'clock. It covers my core multi. It covers my warden. That's the reason why I put the builder hut there. But I feel like it's a lot better to have a builder hut there than a sweeper, because I don't want to give 2 sweepers. And also, you can't defend every tactic, as I said before. It's just every strategy. You just have to hope for what strategy an attacker is going to come up with against your base. Because simply you cannot defend everything. You have to hope they fall for this blizzard bait, which they might not. You have to hope for them coming in with an air attack down here, because I'm going to be placing my NATO here. You're going to have to hope for them doing these things, because you simply cannot defend every single attack strategy, and that's how it is. When it comes to my NATO, I want to put my NATO right here. I feel like my NATO on this spot right here is perfect. Maybe possibly like this. Actually, I can do that like that. Do this like that. There we go. I feel like this is better. The reason being is, first of all, if they want to do a air attack from the bottom here, they're gonna blimp over the top, right, to get my Townhall. This air sweeper is gonna push the blimp, and then once it pops around here, the tornado should pull it. At the same time, if somebody for some reason decides to drop a lava hound and blizzard on top of here, I'm gonna actually have the NATO a bit more closer to the Townhall. I'm gonna have this right here, the NATO try to stop the blizzard as well, and giant bomb right here. There we go. And with them popping like that, I'm gonna have at least 2 air bombs around here, or 3 air bombs, just to target the loons that come out of the Townhall. And people will most likely use loons when it comes to a blimp that they don't want to lure the CC, obviously, with a safety blimp. Especially if they're doing a short blimp from here, they don't want to lure the CC, so they'll most likely go for an air blimp. And the NATO is perfect. It's gonna spin all those loons around, hit them with the triple air bomb, and then the Townhall is obviously triggered because of the blimp dropping, and all the loons die. And that's perfect. Moving onwards.
We have another question. So do you know the dead zones where you baited for the blizzards?
Yeah.
So the question was, because you can't load the clan castle, is it still effective to bait those areas?
This area, yes. But this one, I agree. This one is actually not very important to bait, so you can move these 2 black mines. You don't need to place this. But this one, even though it doesn't lure CC, this is way too much blizzard value. You get a scatter, you get a multi, you get a RC, you get the warden. Even the core builder hut. That is just way too much. This one, definitely, you have to keep and bait. But this bottom one, since you don't really get CC lure, it's not that really important. You don't get CC lure, it's not that great pathing, I don't know. So this one, you can be flexible with it. You can move the black mines. You can place it in a different place, obviously. But for now, we'll keep it like this. Moving onwards, a lot of people don't agree with me. There's a builder out there. What's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but he hates it when I put my air bombs in the core. And I don't know why he says you should not place air bombs in the core, but for me, I like having at least 2 air bombs in the core. No matter what, somehow, if loons go to my core, I'd rather there be 2 air bombs than none. And that's how simple it is. The reason why I have 2 black mines here already, I told you guys, to stop a blimp over the top into this compartment. As it lures CC, kills my queen, gets the scatter. And I'm gonna have a giant bomb right here next to the bomb tower. Like, that's important. And as I'm looking down, I see I still haven't placed any of my spring traps. Spring traps, most important thing against hybrid. If you want to stop hybrid, just place your spring traps perfectly and your problem will be solved. Trust me. You have to first think about a queen charge place, where the enemy might queen charge from, and then you have to think about where they're going to hybrid from. So a queen charge is most definitely going to happen into the Townhall. Nobody's hybriding Townhall these days. So people might either charge this side, or I can see them walking the queen from here and making her get the scatter and get the and get the enemy queen, and then continue on wall break right here and continue, let her get the Townhall. She gets the CC, and then king siege barracks and hybrid into here. I feel like if somebody's very good at hybrid, this is a plan that they might do. Another possible plan is a straightforward one, charge into Townhall from here and hybrid from the top. But I feel like that one, I don't see it being the likely option. I feel like the most likely option is a charge from the bottom, walking past the scatter, getting it, apologies, and then going into the Townhall compartment. It doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of damage on the queen, and it looks like she's going to survive and even possibly get the enemy RC from the Townhall compartment. So I feel like that charge is the strongest charge for the hybrid. And the hybrid is most likely going to go into the multi. King and siege barracks is probably going to go into the eagle. When it comes to spring traps, simple as it is. Corners, just like that. Miners and hogs are going to be going here. Hogs are going to be going here, most definitely. And you can place another spring trap over here. And this spring trap on the dark elixir is for the miners. This one is for the hogs, as you can see. And the siege barracks hogs are going to be coming into this compartment. We're going to have a giant bomb next to my bomb tower, and we're going to have spring traps like this for the hogs, and we're going to have skellies on this side with the Tesla farm. And I always like having at least 2 air bombs and 1 black mine next to my Tesla farm. Trying to find the right spot. There we go. And we're gonna have some skellies on this side where the people drop the king. He's most likely gonna come into here and pop his ability around here. We want to kill those barbarians with the giant bomb. As you can see, my king is on this side. So once the king walks into here, he's gonna trigger the skeletons. He's gonna hit this. He's gonna hit my king, start attacking my king, and then he's gonna pop ability, and we want to kill it with the giant bomb. Those barbarians give tanking, and we don't want that.
CJ, we have another question, if you can.
Yeah.
They asked if a bomb tower next to the town hall is something like really important, because it has a good value against the super whiz, if not like with an earthquake and stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, bomb towers against town halls, close to town halls, it depends on 2 things. If you have a very high value things around the town hall, like a hero, for example, as you can see, I have my queen right there, a hero, a CC lure, and the town hall. Those 3 things together, you definitely want to put a giant, a bomb tower. And I know you're looking at this and you're like, okay, CC, queen, expo, and town hall, and that's very high value. I have my air sweeper set up like this. So what I'm gonna do is, hold on, I was thinking, where can I grab an extra black mine? I'll take a black mine from here. Simple solution to this is people are gonna drop loons right here, I feel like, which is gonna go towards my cannon. Loons like this, and blimp over the top into this compartment, correct? I'm gonna have a black mine right here, Black man right here. The thing is with popping a Super Wizard blimp early is that you give a lot of space for giant bombs and small bombs. Small bombs can be used to stop these Super Wizard blimps. So with the popping this early, if the attacker has goblins in the blimp, the goblins are gonna go to the left, and then that leaves all these traps left for the Super Wizards to go into. They're most definitely not gonna get the queen. There's no chance of them getting the queen, and there's very low possibility of them even getting the Town Hall. But to answer your question, you don't always have to put the bomb tower next to the Town Hall. Just look at the value, look if it's worth it to put a bomb tower there. If it's not, then find a better spot. In my opinion, this spot right here is absolutely perfect. You stop CC lure, you can get scatter, expo, queen, and everything there. And that's just way too much value, and you don't want to give that up. With the last compartment over here, I'm gonna have a skeleton trap, and some people might say, why not have a air skelly in the core? You can, obviously, and that also comes in the last bit, which I'm gonna say is testing. It's very important. You have to see if these traps work. You have to see if these skellies do anything. If they don't do anything, then well, I don't need to put a skelly there. I'm gonna have an air skelly right there. So you always have to test, you always have to see what works better with the base. And with these last spring traps, I'm going to place one over here, as I'm going with the idea of people hybriding into this side, because I feel like this is the most OP charge for the queen charge hybrid. And I'm going to put the last spring trap over there. And that should be the base right there. If you guys have any questions, anything you want to ask, make sure you do in the chat right now. But that's pretty much it. This is the base itself. Please test the base. Don't just take it and use it right away. Test it, use enough time, ask your friends to help you test it. It's important. Testing is very important in base building. If you don't do it, trust me, the base will not defend at all. So yeah, make sure you take this, test it, do some adjustments. You can always change a thing. If you don't like this, always change it, always move things around. Don't be afraid to move it around and see what works. How do you go about testing a base? Just FCs running it in wars. FCs. I always do FCs. As you can see, like here, noob, I don't know what he's doing, but if we go a little bit more up, I don't know if you can see it or not. No. But it's always FCs. I ask my tester, yo, please do this attack for me. Do super drags from this side. Do queen charge hybrid from this side. I want to see if this defends. I want to see if this works. So ask your friends to help you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. How do anti-3-star bases perform in this current meta? In the World Championship, we saw diamond and box bases do much better. Yes, diamond and box bases are in general stronger in the current meta. But ESL anti-3 works when you know your attacker. When you know, for example, this clan is huge, like for example, Queen Walkers, alternate attacks, different big clans like Bad Zinger. When you know what they use, when you know, okay, they have a Sui Lalo player, they have a Queen Charge hybrid player, they have these kind of players. An ESL anti-3-star base can help trap those players. Obviously, they're good, they can adjust on the fly, but trapping somebody that you know what they use is a lot easier. And a diamond box base in general, you can have an idea of where the traps are and everything, because everything is symmetrical. With the ESL anti-3, there's no symmetry. So the attacker doesn't really know where the traps are. I hope you guys had fun. What do you think about Air Spam 5, Heroes 4 to 12? Let's see. 4 to 12, Air Spam 5. That is actually very possible, yes. Let's see. Can possibly move this like that. And air sweeper. Let's see, this piece of wall does nothing, so we can have the air sweeper like that. So when the blimp come over the top, it might get pushed. That is a viable attack by Largo, because people can sui the heroes here and air spam from the bottom here. That leaves them not exposed to air sweepers. So, matter of fact, we're gonna have to adjust the air bombs to put it over here, which is better, to help these air bombs. Once the blimp pops, it would help against the loons in the blimp. And plus, I feel like the Tesla farm on this side would be nice against that spam, because the hero's directions are from here to here. So the Tesla farm is kind of nice. It's something that I feel like should be tested and seen, for example, how it goes with the attack. Once you test it and see it triples, you can always do adjustments and fix it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We can move this back just like the way it was. I feel like testing it right now, testing that army, seeing how the Sui would go from here to here, because this side is trapped nicely for a Sui, and seeing how the dragon split is. So yeah, I feel like it's an attack that should be tested and then can be adjusted from there. There we go. I'll only answer a couple of more questions, guys, because we have gone over an hour now. So if you have any last questions, make sure you ask them in the chat, and I will be giving the space to one of the admins, and I'm sure they will give it away, and you guys can use it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
You can post it in the chat if you want, CJ.
Oh, I can post it. Yeah, I'll do that after I close my stream.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, no more questions. Awesome. All right, guys.
Good job, CJ. That was actually pretty OP.
Well, I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. I hope you all have a nice day, and it's Christmas soon, so Merry Christmas. And I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.